Hey guys, today I want to talk about a really simple strategy that you can use right now in the spot market. So if you're just starting off, spot market is probably where you've gone, and you've just gone there to buy a coin at whatever price it's at because you just want to get into crypto, you want to buy that coin and hold it. And that's great. So if you've done that, you've probably done a market order, which means you've just bought it at whatever price is the best price at the moment that you want to buy it. But if you want to take this one step further, then there's another really simple strategy you can implement. So if you've bought a few different coins, you may have had this situation where you think, man, it looks like it's going to go down a little bit further, and you're waiting. You want to buy it at a lower price that you think it's going to reach, but eventually you get tired of waiting, or you have something else to do. Maybe you need to go to bed, and then later you look and it reached that price that you had hoped to buy it at, and then gone back up and you totally missed it. This is completely avoidable. What you can do is simply use a spot limit order and set the order at the price that you would like to buy that you think it's going to get to. Wait! Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, I'll pick the 3 most interesting or fun comments to send a $15 trading bonus to. So go ahead and say something in the comments. So what you can do is you can go to the spot market, and then in the spot market, you'll automatically be on limit order. So over here you can see the chart. Maybe you see that there's this big jump in price a few hours ago, and you think that while right now it's at $48,492, you think it's likely to drop back down at least to $48,000, and you might as well buy it at that cheaper price, but you don't want to sit here and wait. So what you can do is you can go ahead and set your limit price to $48,000. Let's say you want to buy 0.01 Bitcoin. Then you go ahead and click buy. Make sure this is what you want, 48,000 and 0.01 Bitcoin, and confirm. Now your order has been submitted, and you can see it there in active orders. This means that if the price goes down to 48,000, then you'll automatically buy that Bitcoin, that 0.01 Bitcoin at 48,000. Anytime you want to, you can cancel over here, and you won't have that anymore. While you do have this order out, those funds are tied. So right now I have enough USDT to cover this. But if you don't have that USDT, then you can't have this order. And if you do have this order, you can't use that USDT elsewhere. So that is one thing to consider. If you want to immediately get rid of your USDT to buy something, then you should remember that if you have the order, you can go cancel it and buy something else. But say if you're wanting to go to bed and you think that the price is going to go down a little bit, then you can go ahead and just do this limit order at that price that you'd like to buy at, and then you just don't have to worry about it. It'll automatically buy at that price. Another benefit to note about limit orders, at least on Phemex, is that if you submit a limit order and it gets put into the order book and later gets filled, you actually will get a small commission for putting out that order that somebody else bought up. However, if you're using the market order, that means you're paying a small fee to buy up that order in the order book that somebody else put in. So not only do you get that lower price that you wouldn't have gotten if you had just done a market order, but you also get that little bit of an extra fee paid by the person who bought up your order. Now, another way to use this strategy is for selling. If you're holding on to a crypto and you have some price point that you'd really like to sell at, even if it's way below right now, and you're holding it on an exchange anyway, then you can go ahead and put a limit order at that price, no matter what it is, just in case something happens that moves it way up, and you can sell it at that target price that you're hoping for, even if you're not paying attention. So if you want to do that, then you can go to sell, and then maybe you're looking at Bitcoin, maybe you're looking at the 6-hour candles, and you see sometimes there are these really crazy wicks that just go way above the normal price. So if you want to be one of those lucky people who catches it at a price that it's only at for a second, then you're going to have to be somebody with a limit order out in the books. So some people caught it there at the 62,520, but it had really quickly dropped all the way back down below 60,000. So if you want to be one of those people and you're holding on to it anyway, then you can just go ahead and set a limit order at some price that maybe even seems unlikely, and you never know, you might catch one of these crazy candles. You might be able to sell it for much more than you would otherwise. So for example, if you've bought some down at below 50K and you think that it's going to go back above 60K, but you do actually want to sell it above 60K, then you can just go ahead and put a sell limit order at your target price. So we'll do sell, and then we'll go ahead and say maybe 62K. And then let's say that you want to sell 0.5 Bitcoin at 62K. Then you go ahead and put sell. Make sure this is right, 62,000, 0.5 Bitcoin, confirm. And then that order has been submitted to the order book. And if something happens where the price goes up to 62K, then you'll be able to automatically sell it at that price. Now, as with any topic in trading, there are strategies that get way more complicated than this, but you can always start simple. So my own simple starting strategies with setting a limit order in the spot market are these three. One is if you think the price is going to go down or up to a certain amount while you're not paying attention, then you can just go ahead and set a limit order at that price, and then hopefully it will hit it, and then you'll catch it even if you aren't paying attention constantly. The second strategy is if you've recently taken profits from a crypto that went way up and you thought it was time to sell, and now you have a stable coin and you're not yet sure what you want to buy. Often this happens because everything will be up at the same time, and then you don't necessarily want to buy another crypto when it's at a recent peak. So if you have these stable coins and you're not quite ready to buy at any current prices, then you can look at whatever coin you're interested in and think about what price you would like to buy at. And if you're going to keep those stable coins anyway, then you can just go ahead and set a limit order at the price that you would like to buy the other crypto at. And then you don't have to worry about it all the time. And the third strategy is if you are holding onto a crypto and you have a certain selling price that you would like to sell at, even if it's way higher than it's at now, and you want to make sure you get it just in case there's some drastic spike, then since you're holding on to it anyway, you can go ahead and set a limit sell order at that higher price that you would love to take profits at. And just in case it gets there, even for a second, you can be one of those ones that actually gets to sell it at that price. And finally, while this is a really helpful strategy to know, there are some considerations to take into account. The first is that everything has an opportunity cost. So let's say you're setting a buy limit order at a low price that you think it might reach. While that buy limit order is out, those stablecoin funds are tied up and you're just waiting for that. That means you can't be using these stable coins for anything else, such as buying a different crypto or staking it, or even keeping it in a earn crypto account on Phemex. And of course, another thing to consider is that if you're setting a limit order, that means you haven't actually bought or sold yet, and your hope or prediction of where the price might go could always be wrong. So if you're setting one of those buy limit orders at a lower price, it's possible you're wrong and it never gets to that lower price, and it just goes up, and then you missed the opportunity to just buy it at the relatively low price that you were originally looking at. And the reverse is also true. If you're setting a sell limit order at a price that you think is pretty high, and then you stop paying attention, maybe it gets to that price, but maybe there's good reason it got to that price, and if you were paying attention, you would have realized, oh, it's probably going to go even higher, but now you've already sold it at that not peak price. So again, of course, there's always things to take into consideration, but if you're a beginner in crypto, then this is just one easy, simple step you can take beyond simple market spot orders of buying and selling crypto. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and hope you'll stay tuned for later videos where we discuss more topics in crypto. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.